We're inviting you all back to your seats as we get ready to proceed with the second half of the morning. All you up with me? Somebody say yeah, yeah? Nah, man. All you sound like los empty bellios paranderos. Let me try that again. Somebody say yeah, yeah? All right. So they up and going. So I'm going to introduce to you all a young lady who has made waves not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the Caribbean with her business ideas and with helping other people to develop their business ideas. You all ever heard of a television show called Shark Tank? Right, so she used the concept and she developed her own version right here in Trinidad and Tobago that has been spreading like wildfire all over. It is called planting seeds. You all ever heard of planting seeds? Great. So she is the person behind planting seeds. She's an entrepreneur herself, and she has helped many other entrepreneurs to see their dream come to fruition. So help me to welcome a young lady who's coming to inspire all of you all, and we're going to discuss starting your own business. Let's make some noise for Mrs. Stephanie Pemberton, CEO of Planting Seeds. All right, so while they prep Ms. Pemberton and they get her presentation, I made a couple notes based on the last presentation that we would have all seen by Gabriel and Sophia. And I remember, you all remember when they put up a picture here in terms of like a triangle, it looked like a pyramid, of the reasons, passion, some of those items that they mentioned in terms of successful businesses. They also mentioned something that Gabriel mentioned in terms of if you start off with 100 businesses and you go year 1, year 2, year 3, by year 4, it boils down to about 13 businesses. So I want to give part of my story in terms of owning a business, being an entrepreneur, and some of the things that would help you to be successful, right? One of my very first businesses when I came out of secondary school and out of university, as I mentioned, was a business called Quick Slice Pizza. I consider it one of the best pizzas in the world because the taste was exceptional. We had the outlet on Arapita Avenue. And in our first year of business, Shimon, and I'm going to introduce Shimon later because she has a pizza business, so she could shed some light on this too for you. I was an engineer, right? And I wanted to start a business. I couldn't cook. I could barely make egg. But I'm going to open a pizza business. Everybody said, boy, you had to be mad. But I love to eat pizza. So I say, well, this is a good idea. I'm going to have a pizza business. One of the things they mentioned was passion. I will tell you all one of the mistakes that I made with the business. As much as I loved pizza, what I realized quickly, I didn't like cooking. Cooking wasn't my thing, right? So I would advise you all in starting your business, try to pick an idea that you actually like, things that you like to do, so that you would like to be in the business. So we started the business, and the business started to generate millions of dollars. I'm not joking with you all. It started to generate millions of dollars. But after years of being in the business, I realized that personally, as much as the business was making money, I didn't like to be in the business. I didn't like the act of cooking and prepping and all of that because it wasn't something that I was passionate about. So we sold the business. So in selecting your ideas, think of something that you personally, this is just my personal advice based on what happened with my business. Try to pick something initially for your first business that you actually like or that you believe in or that you are passionate about. Because what that does for you is it helps your business to be more successful because you personally will want to spend more time in the business and you will want to be doing some of the things that actually is involved in the business and be present. A lot of the times in your first set of businesses, your customer likes to see you there physically. So they want to interact with the business owner, they want to have a conversation, and you get to chat with the customer and find out their business needs. But if you never like to be there in your own business, you're going to find it much more difficult for the business to be successful because the odds already stacked against you based on the figures that Gabriel would have shown you. As an entrepreneur, the chances of your business succeeding is less than it actually failing. It's way more chances of it failing than is it succeeding. But passion is something that changes that whole script. Those who are passionate about their businesses have a much higher rate of success than those who are not. Right? So, without further ado, I think she's ready now. Yes. I bring to you Miss Stephanie Pemberton. Make some noise.
Hello, everyone. Well, hi. So I'm so excited to be here with you all today. You all are at a perfect stage in your life where you can make some really amazing decisions for what you want to do. I started my first business when I was 23, and I'm sure some of you guys are not too far from that, and now is the time to really do it. Even younger, now people are starting from even 16 and 15, and we're seeing that all around the world. It's happening more as youth have more access to technology, you have more access to information, you can make things happen quicker, and you also are leveraging technology much better than the generations above you. So you are at a great time to really make your dreams happen. So we're going to go through this presentation. It's pretty fun. I hope we can get some interaction going. So the first thing I wanted to just ask everybody is just a quick thing. Who is an entrepreneur? Is it a senior manager of an established firm? Is it someone who makes products for their personal consumption? Is it someone who has shares in a business? Or is it someone who's able to set up an operation that sells a good or service to customers? A, B, C, or D? Any takers? D? Who said A? D? Okay, so tell me why D. Or better yet, tell me why not A, B, and C. Or tell me why D then.
Someone who has shares in a business didn't probably create the business, didn't create the idea.
Yes.
Someone who makes products for their personal consumption.
They're just living off the earth.
Yeah, that doesn't satisfy the need of the people or the society.
Great.
A senior manager for an established firm is managing a firm that someone else created.
Exactly. And that's one thing we need to know. I mean, just because you have shares in a business, it doesn't really make you an entrepreneur, right? You can go tomorrow and buy shares in Coca-Cola. Does that mean that you invented Coca-Cola or was there in the beginning of the making of it or actively participating in the business growth? Not really. But if you're looking at someone who makes products for themselves, some people say, okay, well, I'm making my own soaps, am I an entrepreneur? No. And the reason is that you actually have to sell that product to be an entrepreneur and fulfill that gap in the market. And that's going to be a little important later down the road in this presentation, being able to sell your product. And I'm going to show you how being able to sell one product, whether it's the pen on the table, the banana, the apple, if you can sell one thing to somebody in this room, that means you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur, to be able to put yourself out and understand how to do sales. Because when you make $1, you can make 2. When you make 2, you can make 4. When you make 4, you can make 100. If you can make 100, it just spirals and you're on that chain, right? And that's the chain that you want to be on. Being able to know, okay, I can make sales, I can make money, I'm happy with this and I'm moving forward. So yeah, so the answer is D. Now, taking a look at some entrepreneurs out here, I'm obviously representing the female entrepreneur in the presentation, but does anybody recognize any of these entrepreneurs that you see up on the board?
Yes. Recognize this guy here. He sells a lot of stuff.
Which one is your favorite?
Jack Ma.
Oh, Jack Ma. Not many people know Jack Ma. He's the founder of Alibaba. And what about the one on the top over there? Elon Musk. Yeah, we have some debates about Elon Musk, obviously. And what about this one over here? Damon John from Shark Tank. And Damon John actually came to Trinidad, and he is a Trini, by the way. He grew up in Diego Martin, and he moved to New York and started his businesses. So this is an actual Trini who's made it on an international platform that's done really well. And then obviously you have Jack Ma, right? And you also have Lakshmi Mittal, and that is one of the founders of the ArcelorMittal Group. Now, what do all of these people have in common? Besides for being ridiculously rich, right? Okay, So one thing they all had in common is that they all started from zero. Every one of these people here started from zero. Elon Musk, even though people think, okay, you have to make money to get money, he actually started with grants and getting grants and the government in his country to support his promotion of electric vehicles. And he actually made money through those grants, and that's how he started. Damon John's mother was on food stamps. Their father left them. She couldn't afford anything. She was a single mom growing up with him. He started by creating FUBU, a brand you all may not be familiar with, but it is for you, by you. And then he is also seen on Shark Tank, but not many people know this, but he is actually one of the managers of the show, the Shark Group. He's also been the manager for Kim Kardashian and basically helped them launch their career. So these are all people that have started from nothing. And that's why I was trying to tell you at the very beginning, make sure to be able to sell something and not be afraid to start from zero. Zero is the best place to start. I actually have much more respect for entrepreneurs that have built from 0 to 100 than someone who's gotten a lot of things handed to them. And I know that because I've had to basically go through the grind myself. So the grind is great. You think you're going through it and it's terrible at the moment, but in the end, the best parts of your journey are the hardest ones that you went through. And you say, wow, I did that and I overcame this. And that's what entrepreneurship is really about. It's not necessarily about goods and services and making money. It's about really finding who you are and finding out what you're capable of doing and how far you can go. So again, why are entrepreneurs so cool? Does anybody think entrepreneurship is cool, or is it lame, or?
It's cool, the boss.
You're the boss. Yeah, it's cool. Anybody else on this side? No? Okay, so here's some little tips to see. One, they bring solutions to world problems. So if you want to be an entrepreneur that is finding a gap in the market, that's finding something that is actually helping people, and you are able to make that idea into a product and that product into an actual service and people buy it, that means you're able to bring solutions to the world. These guys over here said it, you get to be your own boss, right? You can wake up when you want to, you can go to sleep when you want to, you don't have to report to anybody, but you are also responsible for other people. So just always remember that. Entrepreneurs can also manage and motivate teams. And this is probably one of the most important parts of entrepreneurship, your ability to get other people to do things for you, right? So even if you're paying them or not paying them, there's a certain amount that somebody is going to give to you to help develop your business, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you paid them $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. If they don't fully believe in you and believe in what you're trying to achieve, and you are not raising them up and showing them what they can do, your business is going to suffer because you need a team. You are a captain of the ship. And if everybody needs to be on the same direction, they need to understand what your vision is, they need to understand what their responsibilities are, and they need to feel happy doing it. And you as the captain need to run through that ship and make sure everybody is on board on your vision. And that's extremely, extremely important. You see a lot of businesses fail because they aren't able to work and manage people. So one exercise that you can do today is make friends around this room, manage each other, talk to each other, build relationships. Relationship building is huge. You would be surprised. Some people will even work for you for free if they really believe in you. And that's actually happened in my businesses when I started. Yes. All right? They can fight through any challenge. Entrepreneurs, you put them in the face of issues with family, issues at home, issues in crime, issues at whatever issues it is, entrepreneurs just keep going. They just keep paddling and they keep moving. And that's what business is about. It's not going to be an easy walk to success. It's always going to be filled with challenges, and you can actually start by overcoming the challenges in your life. And if you can do that quickly and easily, you're going to be able to do it in business as well. And number 5, they're not afraid to take risks. So entrepreneurs are risk takers. They like to be able to push the boundaries. You're not going to find them in an accounting job, even though they need accountants to help them. But they are going to be the people that really step out of the box and push people to go beyond what they thought they can do. And that's what all of those entrepreneurs that you saw did. They pushed people to go beyond. Elon Musk pushed people to go beyond thinking that diesel engines and regular cars were the only way that we can actually automate our vehicles. And he pushed people to believe that. Damon John pushed people with for you, by you, at a time when there was a lot of racism in America to say, hey, we're going to come out with a brand that's going to reflect African American culture, and we're going to be proud of it, and we're going to make it for us, by us, everybody bought it, right? And he was able to do that. And that is something that you need to understand. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to break barriers and, get your stuff done. So how do you become an entrepreneur? Any takers? I'm going to start just randomly pointing. I'm going to point to you. Yes. Huh?
Solution to a problem.
Yes. Sorry. Ah! Hold on. I'm going too fast. No! How do I, can you help me get back to that slide? Thanks. Great, go back, so yeah. So, can you say that again? Yes, a solution to a problem is one for sure. Anybody else? Okay. Are these slides coming back up though? Yeah. Registering your business and your idea. What? Okay, registering your business. Planning your business. Because there's also one thing that you have to understand. When you register your business, you're registering the company, and it's now a company that you can do. But also you have to protect that name, which means that you have to go and get it trademarked. Right? So, and the government actually has a really good trademark section of the IPO office. And anytime you come up with your name for your business, just go down to the IPO office and save your name. A lot of people out there operating with businesses that do not have their trademark, and I could literally go and buy their trademark, and they would not have their company name again. Yes, so you need to do that. Just like, you know how people had those schemes with websites, and websites started coming out, and then they would go and buy up all of the websites with the names, and then you have to pay somebody like $500, US or $3,000 US to get back your website name. It's the same thing with company names. Trademarks are huge. Anybody, and nobody is doing it. I was like, why is nobody filing their trademark? So you just go down to the IPO office, tell them Stephanie sent you, and they will give you a little discount. Are we going to get this back up? Yes, perfect. Okay, so basically to become an entrepreneur, it's very simple. You just need to find something that people want to buy and sell it for a profit. That's all you need to do. You don't even have to make your own product. You can be a buy and sell entrepreneur, right? That's what Alibaba did. Alibaba basically said, hey, we're going to sell people in bulk things from China so that the world can access bulk items to resell to other people. So they are actually promoting two sets of reselling. And that's one thing that you can understand. So if it is that you are, if you see a product and you like it, you can actually go to that person and say, hey, let's sign an exclusive agreement that I can sell your product in Labre only. And nobody else can sell your product in Labre. I will market it for you. I will go and sell it. And that's how a lot of people had made money. Distribution is probably where most of the people in this country have gotten a lot of wealth from. Going to foreign brands, like certain milk brands, and saying, listen, give me the rights to distribute this to you, and I will go and take it to all these supermarkets and super farms and sell it for you. I'll be a distributor, and they make a percentage of profit. They make a percentage on each of those products. So that's a big business as well to get a part of. So today we're going to do some little brainstorming with business ideas that can solve inefficiencies in the market. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what is a gap in the market. And I want people to start helping me identify some gaps. Because this is probably the hardest thing and the most basic thing that nobody gets. And I'm talking about grown people still can't find gaps in the market. Grown, educated professionals. So can anybody tell me what a gap in the market is, first of all?
So you see, it could be as I could use a reference it anyway.
Yeah.
sir. Yes, fine, sir.
All right, so a gap in the market as an entrepreneur, you will be looking for specific, it could be a product or service that your competitors have not fulfilled.
Yes, in a way, yes. I like that. That's a good way of describing it. But basically, a gap in the market is a need that consumers want that they currently don't have, right? Now, if you think about it, it's really difficult to come up with finding out a gap in the market. Because if you do, bam, you're an entrepreneur, you're making millions of dollars, right? How do we come up with gaps in the market? How do we look around the world around us and say, wow, I needed a step. I'm going to invent a step. Somebody needs to talk louder. I'm going to invent a microphone. Every single thing in this room, everything that we're wearing, was because somebody sat down and was like, I think somebody's going to need this. I think somebody's going to need a clear podium. Maybe they had other podiums, but I think they're going to need a clear one. Why? They found some gap in the market because people are buying it. I mean, the clear podium looks cool. But that is basically what a gap in the market is. The curtains, the lights, the fan, the ceiling, the floors. People have made a lot of money on floors.
Yep,
Tiling, exactly. Those are gaps in the market. And that is why entrepreneurship is life. It's all around you. You're breathing it, you're seeing it, you're spending it, you're buying it, you're participating in it every day and you don't even know. But you need to open your eyes and see now, what are the gaps in the market? What are the problems that I have? Every time you walk down the street and you're like, oh my gosh, this is real annoying. Figure out how to fix that. And if you can do it, I'm sure other people are having that problem, right? Does anybody have like a problem that annoys them every day? Just something in their life, community, neighborhood, anything? Traffic? Who said traffic? Traffic over there. Traffic is a great one, right? How do you solve the problem of traffic? Any ideas? And come, some business ideas, quick ones. Flying cars, no problem with that. Why not? In the next 20 years, that's going to happen. They're already sending people to the moon. So why not become part of a technology-based company or apply for a job or take an internship at a company that's doing aviation because you think flying cars might be the future? Next one.
Hi, my biggest problem is public transportation. And
Yes.
the issue is really on the reliability of the bus and also having to always purchase bus tickets.
Amazing. Great. Now that's a great problem. Can anybody think of a solution to that problem off the bat? Have a solution to the problem that she just said, where the buses are unreliable and she has to keep paying for the bus every time. It's frustrating. She doesn't know if it's coming or not. She has to make sure to get cash every time it comes. It's not safe to walk around with cash. How are we going to solve this problem?
So we can possibly look at digitalizing the entire system and perhaps using like cards. So for example, for us in UE, we have a card to print.
Exactly.
And we can put money in it and just swipe it.
Yes.
So perhaps we can take that idea and transition it into the thing, and also the reliability of the bus. We can perhaps use GPS.
Exactly.
And track exactly where the bus is, so you know where it is and how long it will take to reach wherever you are, so you know exactly when it will be there.
Exactly. Amazing. And look, that is a multi-million-dollar project and revenue generator to transition and transform and digitize the transportation system. Two of you all just sat down there. One person came up with the problem. Next person came up with the solution. And don't for 1 second believe that that is not going to be able to be a real business. Somebody hearing that today might be going home and be like, I have to go and talk to somebody. And, so at the end of the day, that is real. And if you run with it, you can make money. What happens is that people fall off, one, with finding the gap, which we just did, right? They're not looking for the gaps. They're just looking for what's easy, what their hair is doing good in business. They're not really like sitting down and thinking what the gaps are. And the next problem that inhibits people is when they find the gap, what are we going to do about it next, right? Are you going to sit down and map out a business plan for this? Are you going to see how it's going to work? Are you feeling intimidated because this project you think might be too big for you, right? And it's not, because Really and truly, once you have a design and you have a way of working it out and you put the effort and time into it and you have the tenacity of purpose to just keep pushing for it, you're going to find a way to get the money. And that's basically what entrepreneurship is. It's about identifying those gaps in the market and finding ways to basically make those dreams come to fruition. How do I get back onto the slideshow? Right. Okay, great. So I guess I don't have to say this anymore, but a gap in the market is where there is a need that people that may or may not know that they have that is currently being fulfilled. And sometimes people may not know. I mean, people would walk out in the rain, I guess, back in the day, and they were like, do I need a covering? I don't know. I'm always walking in the rain. I'm a caveman. And then somebody goes, well, look, you can use this. And they create an umbrella. And then they're like, oh my gosh, what would I do without my umbrella? Right? Same with cell phones. They didn't have cell phones before. Nobody knew that they needed a cell phone. Nobody thought that they needed to have constant communication. But somebody told them, hey, you need this. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, being able to come up with ideas to help people execute things in their everyday lives that they never even thought that they needed. And that is value. And my business partner always says value is scarce. So let's take a look at a few companies that have actually fulfilled a gap in the market. I chose these ones obviously because I'm sure you all live on YouTube, right? So this is a company that filled a gap in the market. Can anybody tell me what are some of the gaps that YouTube filled in the market? All the way down there. Information and Can someone give her a mic? Yeah. As we're gonna get into this a little bit. Awesome.
Free information and education.
And how was that a gap before? How did people communicate before? Were they not able to get that before? I mean, people didn't have education and communication before.
Easy access.
Easy access, right? So that's completely right. And in the actual mission statement, they say it. Our mission is to give everyone a voice and show them the world. Now, one massive industry that makes money no matter what, that's going to be needed throughout the entire test of time, is communication. Human beings have an innate desire to communicate. And you see that with the emergence of the newspaper, the television set, now you're on Discord, WeChat, WhatsApp, all of these different methods of communication now, and all of these businesses profiting off of this method of communication because it's fulfilling an innate desire, and they are innovating by changing how that communication happens, right? WhatsApp has now allowed you to talk to 10, 15 people a day. Or I talk to much more than that on WhatsApp, but it allows you to talk to many, many, many people, as opposed to before. Can you imagine calling all of the people that you talk to on WhatsApp and having that conversation? It'll take up your whole day. But you're having multiple conversations with people. It's feeding you in a better way. You're getting to engage with many different people, learn more about them, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. You're intaking that data and that information, and it's helping you, and you like it. And that's what basically is a good way for you all to even look at how you communicate. You all can come up with your own communication plans for your schools, for your social groups. If you can create any kind of platform that allows people to talk to each other and communicate with each other effectively, you're going to make money. And that's what YouTube did. And they gave it to everyone for free, right? Which was even more genius, because then they started making loads of money in advertising revenue, because they stuck very true to what their mission is, to give everybody a voice. You can't say, hey, I'm giving you a voice, but now you have to pay for that voice, right? WhatsApp is free. But how does WhatsApp make their money, right? Obviously through different telecommunications, networks, Wi-Fi, internet. Everybody is feeding how much WhatsApp is being used. They're being paid by those companies, right? Gives you the opportunity to earn money through your videos. So they went even a step further. They said, hey, we're giving you a voice, and we're giving it to you for free, and we're gonna help you make money for that voice that you just did for free. We're gonna help you earn. And that is what they just kept on adding. And that's called just adding on services to your product. Product innovation, making your product better. Getting people in, but keeping them there every single day. And backlinks are generated, easy way to share information. That's self-explanatory, right? And let's take a look at another brand. Do y'all like Jordans? Is that something you guys like, right? Now, a gap in the market, this is a different type of gap in the market in a way. I like to show it, but can anybody tell me what gap in the market did the Jordans fill for Nike?
Basketball shoes.
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Well, in terms of, when I say basketball shoes, that was the avenue, more of a marketing avenue that they took. But besides that, it was just a kind of, it was one of those cases where there wasn't really a need, but the company fulfilled some sort of cultural icon or some sort of, cultural identification with a particular kind of sports group with the inner city communities of the United States. That's the need that they kind of ended up creating and then filling at the same time.
Absolutely love it. That is a great answer. Y'all are so intelligent. I mean, can you imagine if we all made a business here? We'll be making a lot of money. So you're extremely right. Nike wanted to build an entire line around Michael Jordan's superhero dunking capability, right? So when you have a hero and an icon that people love, they want to look up to, right? Then everybody wants to look like that icon. They want to be like that icon, right? And Michael Jordan also became an extremely successful black man, again, at a time where it was more emerging in the United States to have a more accepting culture. So here is this good-looking, successful superhero dunker. Everybody wants to be like him, but nobody could really dunk like him. So if you can't dunk like him, you can wear shoes like him, right? And that's the kind of market that they filled. And when kids put those shoes on, those shoes were not just shoes. Those shoes felt to them like they were Jordan. They can do anything. They can work with him. They have his picture up. They're seeing him. They're looking up to him. They're feeling inspired and motivated. And that is what entrepreneurship and that is what products can do for you. And that's the kind of products that I hope that you would want to get out there into the world. Products that when people wear them or have them, they feel a sense of self. They feel like they're adding something great to the world. And that is what Nike did. That was extremely important. It was an extremely successful campaign. They made millions and millions of dollars over time. And they're still making money today. The Jordans has surpassed time and have now gone to all of the other basketball players are wearing Jordans, right? So, yes. Yes.
Everybody feel that they can do anything too. Just do it.
Exactly. So Just Do It is the overall Nike brand. Not necessarily for the Jordans, but yes, they were very on point with their message, right? They have this message of just do it, and they were able to connect it to a new product line that is an innovation that was able to reach into the hearts of people and into their pockets as well. That's amazing, right? So that's what I want you to think of when you're looking at what type of gap in the market you're going to fill. And I hope that kind of gives you some, oh, that's the end. Perfect timing. So I hope that gives you some inspiration. I hope you can see right now that the two of you all coming together can make a multi-million-dollar company. You just have to follow through with it. I hope you can see that you guys are super smart. You're understanding gaps in the market. And, when you all become successful millionaires, please remember me and throw me a little bone. And I'll be very happy to accept it. Thank you so much for your time, everyone.
All right, don't go yet. So what we want to do now is have some Q&A.
Oh, okay.
So we also have Tobago, which is going to join us. Tobago is joining us, so they could hear us live. So everything you just said there,
okay, great.
Tobago was hearing us. So we're going to take some questions from the floor. We also are live online. So we have some people online. They're going to be sending their questions online, and I will have them here on the iPad, so I will pitch them to you. So Tobago, if you have questions, you can let us know which questions you have. To those in Trinidad, if you have questions on the floor, you just raise your hands and we're going to get one of the microphones to you. And those online, if you have questions, you can send your questions online. So we're going to do a 10-minute question and answer segment. We have Ms. Pemberton with us. She did a very great job, very inspiring. You'll give her a round of applause again.
Thank you.
And we're going to facilitate some of your questions. So after a presentation like that, I'm sure that a lot of you have questions. So don't be shy. And let's start with Tobago first. So Tobago, I'm pitching it across to you, Mr. Benoit, on your team. Do you all have any questions on that end?
Yes, we do.
All right, great.
Okay, so I'm going all the way back to trademarking your business. As a presenter encouraged us to trademark our business, and it's seemingly further process after registering your business. So is there any way in Tobago we can trademark our business? Is it a different process from actually registering the business, or do we have to go to Trinidad to trademark our business? Do we have a little bit more information on trademarking our business?
Sure. The IPO office has done a very good job at not having to go in. So you just have to go check them up online and give them a call. What it really involves is you giving them your logo. And when you give them your logo and the name of the company, you're going to have to pay a fee. I think it's like $800 or something like that. It's not very, very cheap, but it is because they have to run a number of checks to make sure that nobody else has that logo and that name and the way that it looks. And once they register that trademark, then you would be able to now protect your company. So you can go online, and I can also send you guys, the organizers of the event, an email and a contact, and see if probably they can work out a good price for you all as a group rate or something. But definitely, it is digital. I don't think you have to go into them. Not many people do. I went into them just because we have a partnership. I try to get people to trademark their companies as much as possible. It's important. But yeah, I'm sure you can do it online. I'll call them. I'll send out a number.
We have 2 more quick questions over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so to reference some of your personal experiences while presenting the slideshow, I was just curious as to what kind of business or what sector you're in as an entrepreneur.
Sure, great question. So what gap in the market did I fill, right? So the gap in the market that I have a few businesses, but the one that I'm here representing today is planting seeds. And the gap in the market that I filled was the inability for people to connect their ideas and dreams to financing and capital, right? So somebody now has an idea. They wanted to see it come to fruition, but how do they go out and raise money to do that? How do they go out and believe in themselves to do that? So what I did is I created a TV show to show that and to educate everybody as to how to get an investor. And then we moved on to doing a platform where we can help them actually distribute their goods and services. So we're helping them all the way to the end. So that was basically my gap in the market, that I found that there was not any kind of mechanism that really gave people enough information. These events are great, but how do you really get your business from an idea to a business plan to something that you can raise funding for? And where do you get the confidence to do that? Especially in Trinidad and Tobago, there's not many people that are in business in that way that seemingly say, okay, I'm going to go and invest in a young entrepreneur and bring them up. And that was the culture that I wanted to create and the society that I think would help us flourish better. So that's basically what I do. So it is a TV show on entrepreneurship. It's an entrepreneurship platform. We execute a marketplace, delivery systems, help people with funding. We've gotten people loads of funding and investments. One of my favorites is Farm and Function. Not too sure if y'all are familiar with that, but they ended up getting $250,000 on the show, and that allowed them to build out a commercial freezer, which allowed them to keep frozen fruits so they can now sell to groceries and supermarkets, because they were putting things in fridges and giving it to people, but they needed just that one commercial kitchen. And now with that small, well, it's a big investment when you think about it, but it's small in the grand scheme of the distribution and food world. But now they are distributing all up the islands and also empowering farmers by buying from them at good prices. So that's basically what the business I have that I'm representing today is, and that's the gap in the market that I filled, or hope to continue filling.
All right. All right, so just now, because we're not hearing on that end from Tobago, so let me just check our multimedia team. Yeah, go ahead, Galen.
Okay, good day again. I'm an inventor. Stephanie, what help can you give me? You hearing me?
Yes.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, what help can you, assistance can you personally as the creator of planting seed? What inventor support can you give to an inventor?
What do you invent? What did you invent or inventing? Is this something that you can't say?
Well, I mean, it hasn't been patented, so I don't think it's wise.
Yes, to say it now. I'm definitely happy to take a look at it. We have over like 400 people on the platform, so I am always setting up programs, doing stuff. But what you can do is send me an email. I'll put it out now. My email is spemberton@plantingseedscaribbean.com. And I may not answer in that exact moment, but give me a few days and I will respond. And I will be able to maybe set up a meeting and give a little coaching here and there to help you get started at least.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me put to you guys.
Okay, cool. We're taking one from our online viewers. This one comes from Rhonda. And the question, yeah, sure. The question is, does NEDCO offer consulting further from business plans? What is the process to get a meeting with NEDCO advisor? Is there a cost for these services? So this is actually not a question for Stephanie, but it is for one of our NEDCO reps. So do we have a NEDCO rep that could answer this question? All right, so let me ask the question again. Does NEDCO offer consulting further from business plans? What is the process to get a meeting with NEDCO advisors? Is there a cost for these services?
Oh, hi, good day, everyone. I'm Melissa Jitsugrilla, and I'm the business manager for the North Branch of NEDCO. Well, currently we offer our training courses. We have training courses, we have webinars that you could partake in. We do loans, but we have the business advisory as well. So you all could just visit www.nedco.gov.tt and you will get all the information on our platform.
Is this for free or do they have to pay?
It's $100 for business advisory.
Okay,
Yeah.
$100 for
Yes,
business advisory.
$100. Yeah.
All right, thank
Okay.
you very much.
Welcome.
This one is for Stephanie.
Yes.
What makes your business different from Shark Tank?
So that's a really good question, because I did go to New York, and I didn't just take the Shark Tank concept. I actually went to New York, met with the Shark Group. We brought Damon John down to Trinidad, and I saw how their ecosystem works. What makes us a bit different is that they're operating in a first world type of country where they have such a bigger market, they have more funding, they have an investment culture. America's been successful because of their reinvestment culture. So one of the things that is different about us is that we do a lot of pre-development before people go on stage. We don't have a big throughput of people coming in. Even with the investors that are on the show, they may have money, but they're not accustomed to investing in anybody else. So we have to try and manage that deal and manage that position. And the TV show is just a way of publicizing those types of things and what we do, but it's not necessarily the only thing that we do. So we have that kind of making sure the deal gets done, going through shareholders agreements after. We partner with people like Ernst & Young, which is an international consulting firm that helps build businesses around the world. And we basically kind of go through all of these steps with people. So Shark Tank, you walk in, you do your presentation, you get a deal, good, you fight up with the shark, you go. The network doesn't really work with them in their pitches and their business. They actually go off and what they tell me is they go and what Shark Group said is that people on the show actually pay other people to coach them to go on the show and do their presentations, whereas that's kind of what we do. So the show is not the focus of planting seeds, it's really the development aspect. And we also have a digital platform that goes along with it. So we help you understand how to do buy and sells from places like China. We connect you, we just came back from China and we connect you directly with our office there. And they will say, okay, you want to sell this? This is what the price is here. And then you go in a shipping container with everybody else. We bulk ship it over so that you all kind of share, all entrepreneurs share shipping costs, it's easier. So we also operate in a strength in numbers kind of way because, for instance, if you go to EY as a consulting firm, probably wouldn't really get their air. But if we have 400 people on the platform and we say, listen, can you get this done for them? Can you do this? We'll put you on TV. We'll add some publicity to it. Your corporate brands can get some coverage. We get all those things for people. So that's how it's a little bit different in that way.
All right.